Hey, this is Ricky King of the Cichlids. We're looking at setting up the fry aquarium. Now, many people have done different things with their Frontosas when they're breeding them. And some of those options were really good for those people. And I've tried different options. So at this time, I'm going to tell you about what I've done on the options, what the results I've gotten, on which way I'm going to go on this particular setting up the Frontosa fry aquarium. When I've been breeding my Frontosas, I watched other people's videos and they had like a colony and they said, hey, I didn't strip my fish, I didn't move the female, they just all got released and they were fine. Well, I thought, hey, I could do that for my own setup. And I had some very important fry that was released in the colony, and bam, all those fry were eaten. And not too long after that, those particular Frontosas were lost to me. So it was a major blow. So I no longer do that. I've got, in the past I did stripping of the females. I no longer do that. That's fine if you do that. I have gone more to the natural release method, having an aquarium set up for the holding female and let them release the fry naturally, and actually I have more fry that are successfully raised up. If any of the fry kind of decay or is maldeformed, it does, you let nature take care of its course and they don't affect the other fry. Where in a tumbler, you might have a problem where if one of the eggs or one of the fry die, it could cause your other fry or other eggs to go bad. So this setup I have is the Frontosa fry aquarium, but right now I have the female that's holding in this aquarium, and she's going to be in there for a while. I'm going to let her go a few days after holding, because sometimes they actually let them go back up in their mouth like in nature. I don't want to have to strip any of the fry after she's released them, so I'm going to make sure she's completely released them a few days after the initial release, maybe longer, nothing set in stone, and then I'm going to move her back into her colony setting where she can regain some health by eating, because during this time, if you don't know, when a cichlid is holding their fry, they normally do not eat. They don't eat at all. So it's kind of a fasting period. So let's take a small look at this aquarium and what we got set up for it, the Frontosa fry aquarium. So in this aquarium, we'll zoom in on the female. You see her back here in a kind of a dark setting in between some apani wood and a rock. And she's relaxing. She's just swimming around. When she's holding, these females kind of look grumpy. They don't look too happy. But she is happy. She's been swimming around, has adjusted really well to this aquarium. This aquarium is a 58-gallon aquarium, so it's a good for a fry aquarium. Now your Frontosa fry does not grow very fast, so they could be in this aquarium for a while. And I plan on adding some anubias in here because it does good for the aesthetics. It makes it looks good, and also allows the Frontosa fry to eat some algae off the plants and so forth. It's just good for everything. And for looks, I just really like a natural setup for the Frontosa fry. Normally I don't use mapani wood, but since I have the crushed coral sand in here, the pH will be good in this aquarium, and it's really fun and very easy for the Frontosa fry to sift through that small sand. They'll do great. So it's set up, ready to go. you know, the biological situation is already set up. Big aquarium for the fry, and it's big enough so that the female is relaxed. It's just a great setup. So think about what you want to do on the next time you have a fry. If you have the option to do a natural release, it's just something I've done. Like I say, other methods I have done, and I decided this is the best. It does the best for me, but doesn't mean it will be the best for you. Each person, each fish is different. So just because I'm doing this doesn't mean you have to do it. Just one method is setting up a Frontosa fry aquarium. Have a totally aquarium dedicated to the fry and set up so that the female releases the fry in the aquarium naturally before she is moved back to her own setting. So thanks again for watching, setting up the Frontosa fry aquarium. Till next time, this has been Ricky Kennerly Cichlids.